I am 4 times the age that you were when I was the same age as you. I can't even parse that sentence. I am 4 times the age you were when I was the same age as you. What does that mean? I am the age.
It means that he's 4 times the age that we are.
When I was the same age as you. If I'm 40 years old... Oh, right. So when they were our age, we were 4 times younger than we are now.
So is it 40 multiplied by something?
If I'm 40 years old today, then tell me how old are you? Okay. So...
That you were.
Oh, this is a maths problem. This isn't even a riddle.
That's unfair.
So when they were, for example, if we are 20, we would have been 5 when they were 20. So you add 15 and you get to 35. So that doesn't work.
Listen, Cryptmaster developer, I got an honors in English and I thought I'd be okay to play this game. My maths, I got C's.
So if we were 21, no, 22, 23, 24, we'll go for something that divides by 4. 24 would have been 6 years old. 24 minus 6 is 18. So you add 18 to 24. You get 42. What? Oh, fuck. Hang on.
Bear in mind as well the amount of letters for the answer.
Wait, he's 4 times the age now. So now he's 4 times how old? What does that sentence mean?
He's 40 years old today.
He's 40 years old today, and that is 4 times the age that we were when they were the same age as I am now. So 40 is 4 times the age we were. Okay. Oh, I get it now. Okay. So our age back then was 10.
Yeah, but 10 is not going to fit in there.
Right. But back then, 10 was the same age. Right. Wait.
No single digit number is going to fit in there.
Hold on. I think I've got this. Okay, so 40. They're 40 years old today, right?
Uh-huh.
When they were the same age as we are now, we were 10. No, hold on. All right, 40 divided by 4 is 10, okay? So that's the number that we were when they were the same age as we are now. In between that time, wait.
We're not figuring out how old they are. We're figuring how old we are.
I need a pen and paper. Hold on.
I hope we have some good music in the library for these sections.
We just need like the Benny Hill theme at this point, don't we? Okay, hold on.
Little Spanish flea.
This pen doesn't work, but I used the other pen to annotate my poo.
He did do that.
That is true. Does this pen work? Okay, so 40 divided by 10 is 4. That's not what I needed. Okay, 40 divided by 4
Why
is
are
10.
you asking us what's going on? We didn't expect this. This was sold to us as a game where you use the English language. That's our strength.
40 divided by 4 is 10, right? Okay, so 10.
Okay.
So 40 is skull now, right? 40 is skull now, okay? 10 is our age when skull is us now, okay? So when skull is our current age, we were 10 years old.
But you need something that fits 10 letters.
So
yeah, the heat's probably not helping.
Our age was skull. That's when they were our age. Okay, so we put in shit.
We're sorry, you two. We're sorry everyone here live as well.
The age that you were when I was the same age as you. I've got it. I feel like it's on the tip of my brain. I can do this.
I can't, and I've made my peace with that.
So if our age now is 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means 10 years has passed, which would mean the skull would be 30. So that's not right. Okay, the skull is 40. We know that. So if our age is 25, right? Then 15 years has passed, which makes the skull 40. 25.
Yes.
I don't understand. I don't want you to explain it to me. I'm just glad that
I'm not sure I can explain 25 the same number of minutes you took to solve that. That's about right, actually. I think we did spend a while on that. We couldn't even understand the sentence.
No, you're not our maths teacher. We're not proving our work.
Look.
Are you going to show them your notepad you wrote this all down on? We're in control. We don't need to dignify them.
Follow along with me, all right? We know that the skull... It's not word wrap? Fine, I will put the enters in myself. We know that the skull is 40. Okay, The
The
skull
music that was playing as we were sussing it out slowly fades.
four
back.
times our age when skull was four times our age when the skull was our age now. We know that the skull is 40. The skull was four times our age when the skull is our age now. All right. So that means the skull was 10. Okay, when the skull was our age now. No, that's not how this worked. The skull was four times our age when
We were 10.
when the skull was our age now. Yes. So therefore we were 10, right? Okay. So time is linear. So each year we gain, the skull gains 1. 30 years between 10 and 40, halved to 15. No!
Time is linear shouldn't be part of your maths equation.
No, that's not the answer either. Because the answer's 25. Okay, so if we were 25, that means 15 years has passed in order for the skull to now be 40.
Where did the 15 years come from?
Because 10 plus 15 equals 25. So what we had to do was we had to find 10 plus x equals y. Wait, hold on.
I can see why they want you to show your work, because why do you suddenly have the answer as part of the equation?
Hold on, wait. I've missed a step. Okay, hold on. Okay.
For as bad as dial tone was, it never made us do mathematics.
The gap between our ages has to be even. No, doesn't. Wait, how have I gotten this? I'm looking at my paper. It's not making any sense. But it was the right answer. What happened here? Okay, so if we were 25, right? Okay. So I looked at some candidate numbers. If we were 25 now, that means 15 years has passed since the skull was 4 times our age, right?
Okay.
Okay, because we were 10, so that if we're 25, that means 15 years have passed since the skull was 4 times our age.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, skull was 4 times our age. No, there's where I'm going wrong. Okay. The skull wasn't 4 times our age. The skull is 4 times our age when the skull was our age now. So, no. You know what? Fuck it. You don't deserve an answer. Because I don't know how I solved this anymore. Well, what we did, Bree, was... I don't want to talk about it. Listen,
Now do you want to show Bree your work?
Yeah, let's just do this again, all right? We can do this time, okay? Okay, hold on.
We cannot do this time.
Hold on, all right, everyone. All right, hold on. All right, okay, so here's the problem, right? Skull is 40 years... No. Skull is 40 years old now, right? In the past, when the skull was 4 times our age, right? At one point in the past, skull was 4 times our age. At that point in the past, okay. At that point in the past, no. Skull, so, bear with me. Okay, the skull is 40 now. In the past, the skull was okay, so in the past, the skull was 1/4 their current age. Equals 10, all right? At that point in the past, the skull was the same age as we are now. No, that's not it either. God, hang on. Okay, 10. I'm just gonna show you what I have written down, okay? So I have 40 divided by 10 equals 4, scribbled out. Then I have 40 divided by 4 equals 10, scribbled out.
Explain it for the Raider.
To the least hinged part of the stream. Then I had 40 equals skull now. So that's the age of the skull now. The skull is 40 now. 10 equals our age when skull is us now. Okay, so this is the important thing. Okay, so when the skull was our current age, right? We were 10. Okay, and then we have to work out how old are we. Now the answer is 25. Okay, so we were 10, right? We were 10 when the skull was 25. Okay, right? Because 10 plus 15 equals 25. Equals, sorry. So yeah, 10 plus x equals 25 plus x. No, 10 plus x. Okay, so no, hang on, I've got this. So, because 10 plus 15 equals 25, and 25 plus 15 equals 40. Okay, that's why it is. That's why it is. Okay, when they were 25, we were 10. We've aged 15 years, and they've aged 15 years because, and this is an important part, time is linear. Okay, so they've aged 15 years to get to their current age, which is 40. We've aged 15 years to get to our current age, which is 25. Okay, because the time that we got to has to be the same as their start point, the time that we get to. Okay, so that's why it has to be. That's why it had there. That's why. Okay, it's because 40 minus 40 minus 10 equals 30, right? But the gap has to be equal. The gap has to be equal. Hold on, I need to shrink the font. The gap has to be equal. You understand me? Okay? The gap has to be equal. I'm gonna put that in again because that's really important. The gap has to be equal. The reason the gap has to be equal is because, and I've said this before, time is linear. So the change has to apply to both of us. If the change is applying to both of us, that means the gap has to be equal. Okay? And that means that we both have to have aged 30 divided by 2, which is 15, which means we have to be 40 minus 15, 25.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah?
Jonas isn't here.
What do you mean Jonas isn't here?
Jonas is the one who asked you to show your work in the first place.
No, I was explaining this for the benefit of, why was I explaining this? Someone asked, right? Right? I haven't got
I think
mad.
it's time for Nick to go to bed.
Someone asked me to explain this, right? Right?
It's okay, Nick. It's okay.
Someone asked me to explain it, right? Right?
I did.
Oh, okay, good.